Have you ever thought about the most common mistakes preppers make before AHTF? It's a question that lingers, isn't it? This world of ours is unpredictable and preparedness is key. But when it comes to prepping, there are misconceptions as plentiful as the stars on a clear night. We often believe we're ready for anything. But are we really? Are we falling prey to common mistakes? Today, we'll reveal the 7 vital mistakes preppers often make. So let's dive in and see where we might be going wrong. The first mistake is the lack of proper planning. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of gathering supplies and securing a safe space. But without a comprehensive strategy, we're merely reacting, not preparing. Planning involves more than just listing the items you need. It's about understanding how each piece fits into your survival puzzle. Consider this. What if you've amassed a year's worth of food but have no way to cook it because you didn't plan for a fuel source? Or perhaps you've stockpiled medical supplies, but in the heat of the moment, you realize you don't actually know how to use them. Situations like these are where a well-structured plan comes into play. Creating a plan requires thought, research, and time. It's not something you can rush through, but it's worth every minute spent because it provides a roadmap to survival. Without a solid plan, your prepping efforts can quickly become a chaotic mess. The second mistake is overlooking the importance of water and food storage. In the realm of preparedness, food and water are vital. They're the lifeblood of survival, yet many preppers underestimate their significance. Let's get this straight. No matter how well-equipped your shelter is, without food and water, survival becomes a perilous game. Consider this. The average human can only survive 3 days without water and 3 weeks without food. In a disaster scenario, these timelines could be even shorter due to stress and exertion. So what should you do? The answer is simple. Stockpile. Store enough food and water to last each member of your household for at least 2 weeks. Opt for non-perishable foods and purified water. And remember, rotation is key to maintaining a fresh supply. But don't just stop there. Learn preservation techniques. Learn to purify water. These skills could be your lifeline when supplies run thin. Ignoring food and water storage can lead to dire consequences when disaster strikes. The third mistake is ignoring health and fitness. Now, when we think about survival, we often focus on gathering supplies and creating secure shelters. But let's not forget, our bodies are the most important tool we have. Being physically fit and healthy can make a world of difference in a survival situation. It can help you endure harsh conditions, perform strenuous tasks, and even outrun danger if need be. Ignoring health and fitness, on the other hand, can turn even the most trivial tasks into a struggle. Think about it. Can you carry a heavy load for a long distance? Can you climb a tree or swim across a river if your life depended on it? If the answer is no, then it's high time you pay attention to your physical fitness. Moreover, neglecting health can lead to a weakened immune system, making you more prone to diseases and infections. And remember, in a survival situation, there's no luxury of medical facilities. Without good health and fitness, survival becomes significantly more difficult. Mistake number 4 is neglecting skills development. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that gear is everything. That shiny new multi-tool or high-tech water purifier can give a false sense of security. But here's a reality check. Your gear is only as good as your ability to use it. Survival is not just about having the best tools, but understanding how to use them effectively and creatively. It's about the ability to adapt and overcome, to think on your feet. This is where skills development comes into play. Knowledge is a tool that never breaks, never rusts, and never runs out. From basic first aid to firemaking, navigation to negotiation, these skills are your lifeline when the going gets tough. Remember, in a survival situation, your brain is your best tool. So don't just stockpile gear. Invest time in learning, practicing, and mastering survival skills. Because at the end of the day, your gear is only as good as your skills. The fifth mistake is inadequate security measures. Now let's be clear. When we say security, we're not just talking about padlocks and security cameras. We're talking about a comprehensive approach that considers all potential threats, both human and natural. It's about making sure that your shelter is secure from unwanted intruders, but also weather-resistant and fireproof. Remember, in a SHTF scenario, desperation can drive people to extreme measures, and your well-stocked shelter could become a prime target. But we're not just talking about external threats. What about accidents within your shelter? Do you have measures in place to prevent fires or to deal with them if they occur? Security is also about health. Have you considered the potential for disease outbreak within your shelter? These are all aspects of security that are often overlooked, but they are just as important as ensuring your doors are locked. Your safety and the safety of your loved ones should always be a priority. Mistake number 6 is failing to consider all scenarios. Imagine you've prepared for a hurricane, but instead, a wildfire sweeps through your area. This could leave you in a treacherous situation. That's why it's essential to consider all possible disaster scenarios in your prepping journey. Think about it. The world is unpredictable, and focusing solely on one specific event can be a dangerous game. From natural disasters like earthquakes and floods, to man-made emergencies such as power outages or civil unrest, there are countless scenarios that could disrupt your daily life. Adapting your preparations to cover a broad range of potential situations is not just smart, it's a survival strategy. After all, the key to effective preparedness is versatility. Your supplies, your plans, your mindset, they all need to be flexible enough to handle any curveball life might throw at you. Being prepared means being ready for anything. The 7th and final mistake is not practicing. You see, a plan is only as good as its execution, and without practice, it's as good as no plan at all. Regularly testing your prepping plans and honing your skills keeps you ready for the unexpected. Imagine the risks if you don't. You could find yourself in a survival situation, unable to recall crucial steps, or worse, executing them poorly. Remember, prepping is not a one-time task, but a continuous process. So, these are the 7 vital mistakes preppers often make before SHTF. To recap, first we have the lack of planning. This is the foundation of prepping, and without a solid plan, all efforts may be in vain. Second, overlooking water and food storage. Remember, you can only survive 3 days without water and 3 weeks without food. Third, ignoring health and fitness. The fittest survive, so make sure your health is a priority. Fourth, neglecting skills development. Skills, not just supplies, are vital for survival. Fifth, inadequate security measures. Protecting your supply and yourself is crucial. Sixth, failing to consider all scenarios. We cannot predict the future, so prepare for the unexpected. Finally, the 7th mistake, not practicing. Practice makes perfect, and in a survival situation, it could make the difference between life and death. Remember, the key to successful prepping is planning, preparation, and practice. Until next time, stay safe and stay prepared.